if it does get crazy at some point, you know, you can always take a break.
Absolutely.
You know, and focus on something else.
I'm just going to finish my thought, and then I'm going to evacuate the thought. But your ability to focus in on somebody and acknowledge them, that's a very rare thing.
Dude, thank you.
And I'm very appreciative of you. And I think seeing your interactions has taught me a little bit too, in how to interact with somebody who's a creative.
Dude, I love doing this.
It makes me feel special that you right before you leave here, you know, that you decided to want to do this again. I appreciate it.
Dude, I have like been following what you're doing, and I was like, I think I was one of the first ones.
You were number 3. You were
What?
number 3, which I also appreciate, because it's starting out almost a year ago now.
Yeah, dude, that was a year ago.
Yeah.
That is crazy. A lot of stuff has happened.
A lot of stuff has happened, and we'll get into it. I guess we're jumping right in.
I guess so.
That's part of the fun. But I really do appreciate you and your willingness to fully believe in the idea I had. And even, for example, the little intro you did where you drew a picture.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty cool.
I'm very appreciative and I just really do admire your artistic ability.
Dude, I think like when I see somebody like fired up with an idea, I can like feed off of that, and like it's sticky. I don't know, dude. Like,
yeah, true.
I could see you were pumped up, and I was like, dude, it kind of fires me up too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy working on that type of stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get straight to it too, and say that you're moving back to where you were born and grew up, right?
Yes, that's right, Panama.
What,
yep.
As an artist who, I know we talked about this on the last episode. We talked a little bit about the willingness of being able to go where life takes you, and the opportunities it brings, and what made you choose to go back?
Well, I think it's more of like a pit stop right now.
Interesting.
Going and like regrouping ideas.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I've learned a lot of stuff since I've been here.
Yeah.
Got a lot of new equipment.
Yeah.
I'm like excited to go back and
It's great.
execute and like actually use some of this stuff. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But I'm still kind of looking for different stories, different experiences. Yeah. So I'm still kind of open to looking for a few new places to, yeah.
Which I know, like I said, we talked about, and your willingness to be able to go and experience new things.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I think right now I'm at the point where it's kind of hard to plan for that.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much stuff happening, like closing up shop at work and here and moving and the cat and the car and just like so much stuff that it's kind of hard to visualize what's going to happen, where you're going to go. But I think like once you start checking those things off your list, like that vision becomes a bit clearer.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure kind of like where that like exactly it is that I'm going, but I do know like I'm moving forward towards something. Yeah. So, I mean, I do have a vision. I do have sort of like a plan, but in terms of like executing and getting things done right now for that, it's like, I need to figure some things out first before I can start getting ahead on that.
Well, I mean, you still have nothing but time.
Yeah. So. And that's kind of what I'm like looking forward to also, is like having a little bit of time to work on these projects that I've kind of been having a little bit on the side. So I get to now kind of go full 100% on these things, you know, really pick up the YouTube page and work with some friends too they're also working on some really cool projects. So kind of looking forward to seeing what happens.
That's great, man. I saw your content the last time you went to Panama.
Dude.
It was insane.
Thank you. And then I got back, I was able to work on like a few videos, and then my hard drive died.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, so now I'm an expert in hard drives, like
Restoration and all that stuff. Yeah.
That'll never happen again. So,
Good Lord.
I mean, I'm working on getting a few of them back, but
Okay.
yeah, dude, that's also
Yeah.
why I'm looking forward to going back, getting some new videos. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I went back, got some great shots. At least I was able to get some videos edited.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was fun.
Oh, that sucks though. That happened. You know, my computer died a couple years ago, and I lost all my files because I didn't back them up. So I understand that feeling.
Yeah, now it's like, and dude, the worst thing is like I knew I had to do it. I kind of was like putting it off.
Yeah.
Dude, I never thought that was gonna happen to me.
It comes when you least expect it.
Yeah,
And
dude.
that's life. Though, right?
Exactly. A few curveballs, but hey, it's about showing up, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
there we go.
And what about you? I see you're opening up a new
New media company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
production company.
Media production, I think so. I think the goal is to build it to be a production company.
Gotcha.
But ultimately to kind of see what God has for us and see also what opportunities come up. But to be multifaceted in media is the goal. And I signed the paperwork today. So it's officially a business. It's an LLC today.
Dude,
So,
congrats.
thank you.
Today,
like the same day we're recording this.
Nice.
But what you were talking about too about a lot can happen in a year. A lot has happened in a year.
Yeah, dude.
And to see that, and also I just want to say from like a personal side of things, it's been great to have you as a friend, and then also to see your support that you've given me, and then I'm always happy to support you. You gave me back in, I think it was January, your first magazine that you talked about on the first episode.
Yes. Which is also a project that's coming up.
Okay, the second one.
Yeah, we got the second one about to go out to print also.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna make sure to get you one of that.
Oh, dude. But I was gonna say, like, the creativity was insane. Flipping through it and just taking the time to sink everything in. I especially love your graffiti coverage that you do.
Thank you, man.
And we talked about it a little bit on the first episode, but I think graffiti is seen as like, over here, it's seen as like a scummy thing. And what do you think about that? I mean, it's different here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit, I feel, well, especially like once you start like going towards outside of like the city, it starts getting more taboo. Like
it does, yeah.
People in small towns really don't want to see you. Yeah, and like they'll report you if they see you. So the smaller the town, really, it's kind of harder to get away with it. But in the bigger city, everybody's kind of minding their own business.
Yeah.
So I feel like once you start getting closer, it's kind of more of the urban landscape, you know? Like
it's an art form.
Yeah, it's just
absolutely is.
Part of the city.
Yeah.
But it's definitely seen. That's gonna always be kind of the relationship with graffiti and the audience. It's kind of like to a certain way, graffiti artists don't want to be understood. It's kind of like their own language, their own way of writing. So that clash will always kind of be there.
And it's even there in Panama too? Or is it a part of the culture more?
It's more part of the culture now. But still, I feel like there's people trying to push the boundary. So really what you want to do as an artist, the goal is to look for spots that are illegal and are kind of hot zones, you know? So like,
it gives you a thrill, you're saying.
I mean, if the place is legal and it's like okay for you to go paint, that's not gonna be like the first spot that comes to mind. Like a graffiti artist wants to hit like a train, or they want to hit like the side of a building.
I feel like that's hard to do too. A train, a moving
every
thing.
year it seems like they keep pushing the bar. Like it's crazy. I saw recently like some dude on a bridge just like rappelling down a bridge and like getting the whole side of it. It's like, dude, really putting their pushing it, dude. They're really
they're pushing their life too. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, and really you got to be out there, man. It's
Yeah.
about being out in the streets, and I feel like it really gives you a whole different perspective of where you live. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're if you're out there during the day, you're kind of getting one side
Yeah.
of where you live. But
Yeah.
once you're out there kind of later at night, you start seeing what really goes down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I often thought about that. I was like, how are they able to paint that high up on a sign right there? That's crazy. And they do it at night, I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, it's just dude. It's gotten crazier. I know they're doing a lot of like rock climbing
Yeah, wow, yeah.
skills with it, but yeah, dude. And it gets crazier now with like crews, because once you get a bigger crew, you can have people, spotting you. And
wait, okay, so there's actual teams of people?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like your crew's really like your friends,
Yeah.
your people that you go out with to paint.
Okay.
And it's kind of also a relationship outside of
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah.
So these are people you're gonna be hanging out with,
Yeah.
barbecue. Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
it's your friends, man.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find those people in the graffiti world. It's kind of a weird thing to go out to do. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm gonna go paint some walls. Not everybody's kind of on
That's
board
not-
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So once you kind of find the group of people that are really into that, you kind of hit it off.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to hear. I never thought about that. There's crews involved. Are they all like, and this is me coming from somebody who knows nothing really about it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm curious.
Yeah.
Does a group say go out and have an objective like, hey, we're all going to work on this one piece, or is it more so I'm working on this, you're working on that?
Yeah. So that's what, like, there's kind of two ways to look at it. There's like a production, which is kind of like a more elaborate design.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of does their own thing. And that'll be in a more like chill wall where you kind of have permission.
Yeah.
That's kind of called the production. But then like if you're going out and with your crew, you can also do bigger stuff. So like let's say there's 4 of you, each one of you will do one letter.
Yeah.
So
That's
by the
crazy.
time you're done, you're
Yeah.
like, you did this huge thing. Everybody kind of did their own thing also, and you're out of there. So it's fun. And like you write your crew's name also.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's kind of
That's cool.
like you get to, it's a weird bonding experience. Yeah.
Well, you're still creating something that's big
Yeah.
and larger than yourself oftentimes.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah. And it's kind of like you get to see it around the city. You'll see like different you'll see stuff that your crew did, and like as you're like driving around the city and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that was there, but you
That's
recognize the style, kind of who did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Based on the way it just looks.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does and I know you've painted like murals before too, right?
Yeah, actually my last mural was here in Pulaski.
That's why I say that, because I remember my mom like mentioning that you finished a mural. What's I'm sure there's a big difference.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more planning involved with a mural, right?
Yeah. So a mural is like you have permission to paint it. You're getting paid to do it. And usually if you're getting paid to do it, you'll have somebody tell you kind of what they want.
Yeah.
So once somebody's telling you what to do, it kind of changes the dynamic.
I admire both art forms because I think both provide a different commentary, right? I think a mural, and I to an artist like yourself, I'm probably like, oh yeah, duh, of course. But I think somebody who's more reserved in that aspect, what's cool about a mural is it's more of a realized thought, probably like one that's been thought of, that's been strategically done.
Yeah.
Whereas graffiti is in the moment a lot of times, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of like almost like a lifestyle too.
Yeah,
like the graffiti artist is like out there at night, going and like just painting a lot. And the mural artist is like it's kind of like a work schedule,
Yeah.
9 to 5, and it's a lot more calm.
Yeah.
And like a lot of graffiti artists are mural artists too, but not a lot of muralists do graffiti.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. So they kind of have their own contrast there.
What would you say you prefer more? to partake to observe?
Honestly, I would go with graffiti because I feel that's where I've met most of my friends.
Wow, yeah.
And like it's more about the experience.
Absolutely.
Murals are fun too. You get to really like exercise your creativity and like get to really put your skills to the test. You know, you have time, so you really want to do the best you can.
For sure.
But graffiti is more about like you're gonna go out there to have fun and express yourself. Like really, nobody's gonna tell you what to do out there. And like the more I get into it, the more I realize like it really doesn't matter what like the other people are doing. It's just about you, dude. It's your experience.
For sure. And what's cool about it too, as the older I get, the more aware I am, I feel like, of the culture and where I live, you know, physically, and then also the United States as a whole. And to me personally, and you could comment on this, it feels like we're sucking the life out of our buildings and in some aspects, our humanity that's involved. And I think in a lot of ways, although it has a negative connotation to it sometimes, I think what's interesting about graffiti is it's a direct response to that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a direct response to just minimalism and corporate buildings that just seem just lifeless.
Yeah. So it's interesting because like there's like two reasons why like there wouldn't be graffiti in a country or a city, and it's mainly like either it's so economically good that like artists are just like not interested in doing that because they're like making money doing other stuff. Or like oppression and like authority is like extreme, and like artists don't feel the freedom to like do that.
It's not worth the risk.
So I feel like there's kind of like a mix right now of that. And you can see it too, even with, I feel like I don't want to generalize, but like the people nowadays, not just here in the US, but just everywhere kind of, I think we're so used to like socializing on our phones or like social media that kind of warmness, that human warmness is, I mean, I feel like that's what people are like looking for now.
Absolutely.
More than ever. Because it was getting too like robotic, too like
it still is.
And I feel like that's kind of dude, it's such a hard, it's so hard to like picture the future with like AI and like all this stuff happening. It's I really don't know if it's gonna be like super extreme like that, or we're just gonna like really battle it out and try to keep it as human as possible.
It's such an interesting thing to think about, because now it's quickly became part of every facet of life for some people. And what's interesting about it is it feels like in a lot of ways there's no stopping it. That's what a lot of people think. And I think legislation could stop it quickly, at least here in the US. Places in China where they don't really care about copyright laws or anything like that. They don't care. I'm sure that will keep going. But I think we learned it from the internet that we, in my opinion, probably did regulations and stuff a little too late when it comes to inappropriate content and content that's illegal that shouldn't be, all that stuff. So I think now is our opportunity in terms of legislation and just as a culture to quickly, all right, what is good about it and what can we use from it? What is productive about it? And what is detrimental to human culture and society? Right.
Dude, and we're like so early into it that it's so hard to tell.
It is, absolutely.
I see different tools coming out every day that I've used and they're awesome. And it's hard not to use them when they're so easy to use.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
available. And it's crazy.
Yeah. Time saving. I think that's what's interesting. It's kind of similar to, for example, this might be a weird analogy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's the equivalent of, I don't know how, like, say for example, a small convenient bottle of Coke that cost more than a 2-liter bottle of Coke. And how I explain this, I feel like, is you pay more for the convenience, in the smaller bottle. And it's the same thing. Yeah, it's saving you space. It's saving you time to store it, whatever. This sounds like I'm using a word salad. So I'm just going to finish my thought, and then I'm going to evacuate the thought. But where my brain was going is that AI, in a lot of ways, it saves us time, and it's a little bit more productive in terms of workflow. But at the end of the day, what does it cost us? It's going to cost us more.
Oh,
it's going to cost us more culturally.
I got you.
It's going to cost us more for our future kids, family, whatever, that they're going to have to live in a world where if something happens where culture bottoms out and we don't have access to that anymore, and it's so reliant on our system that our kids don't know, like, how to write a school paper or something like that.
Yeah. Dude, that's where it got scary.
It does get scary. Yeah.
Yeah, because we are kind of still super early on, and dude, for like, if you can try to like limit the younger generations, they'll find a way around it.
Which is like smartphones, right?
Yeah,
they'll
dude.
find a way.
Yeah. Definitely. But dude, it's opening up a lot of doors in the art world. I feel like we've focused a lot on like all the bad things that it brings, which is like the natural reaction to it. I think everybody should be very aware of that.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely opening up some crazy stuff. Like, I feel like the amount of stuff that I've learned just about like cameras and YouTube and just like tech in general, it's, I've learned a lot just through YouTube and technology and ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it kind of has that kind of both.
Absolutely. I think it's definitely a net positive when it comes to learning information.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I see the sweet spot of it. Is it's essentially, in my opinion, a better Google.
Yeah, dude, literally, that's the perfect way to put it. Yeah. And then like knowing how to use it, the more you use it, kind of the more it kind of affects you.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Just try to avoid it, I guess.
What's funny too, I'll catch myself writing an email. I'm like, I want to use chat for this, but you know what? I'm going to use my brain and I'm going to write a 2-sentence email. And you know what? That email is just as fine as the one that ChatGPT
uses. Like, it's really made me look at stuff made like 2010 and before, or like before like 2014.
Yeah.
Like in a whole different set of eyes, because like they didn't, like, it was a time where there wasn't ChatGPT, there wasn't AI, so it just feels like stuff created back then I don't have to question if it did or didn't. Now I just hate that I do. I question it. Yeah. Even though I'm sure there's a bunch of writers out there and producers and directors that are like totally against it and refuse to use it, but still the fact that I question it is like, that's annoying.
I like question the legitimacy of it, you're saying?
Yeah.
I think it's healthy though, because at the end of the day, I've always came to the thought that like you have to question everything, even what the culture is saying, even what other people are saying, what mass opinion is saying. I'm not necessarily saying like abandon your values, but I'm saying, make your opinion be your own. In order for you to truly believe your opinion, just kind of question things and see where it leads you.
And I think another way to expand on that also is looking for different sources, because I feel
Yeah.
like everybody follows
Yeah.
the same pages.
Absolutely.
We get the same news from the same stuff. So yeah, it's about really making an effort to read different
Absolutely.
sources
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
yeah, not just follow the same stuff that you're used to reading all
Yeah.
the time.
I think, you know what, I think the biggest detriment to younger people is Instagram infographics.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst thing ever because it has a 3-word headline that is the worst headline ever. And you're like, how could somebody do this?
Nobody ever clicks on the links.
No, they just read the headline. You're like, oh my gosh, can you believe, I don't know, like Kendrick Lamar said that.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a second. He didn't say that. They clipped it out of a 2-sentence thing that they warped into something else. So,
yeah, dude. It's weird.
I think I want to make a T-shirt that says "Infographics are killing the world" or something like
They
that.
are.
I don't know. It's the same thing like headlines online where it's like, "Can you believe Lady Gaga said this?" And
it kind of just never goes anywhere.
No, it's just
like, why is that even news?
It's not
you
news.
know, like
it's slop. Is what it is.
Yeah,
it's slop.
Like, why am I reading it?
Yeah,
it's a crazy time to
For
be
sure.
alive right now.
Absolutely, but I love it though. At the same time, I like chaos to a certain degree, and
I feel like creators nowadays, they can feed off of some crazy stuff happening. Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's really cool to be able to connect with people, and just like the spreading of ideas now is just easier than ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would have never known what street culture and art culture is like in Panama without following you on Instagram.
Dude, and I feel like YouTube also is like,
yeah, absolutely.
Dude, even watching you grow on the platform too has been just really cool. I feel like getting to see you and like a couple other friends are starting to like, well, you've already kind of been doing it now for a bit, but some other friends are now just starting to get more into it.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. It's like feeling more of a community now.
Yeah.
More of like at first it was just kind of me seeing what was up with this thing, but now like getting to know more people that are into film and cameras, it does start feeling more like a crew.
It does, like a crew.
Yeah,
like a online graffiti crew.
Yeah.
No, it does. I can completely see what you're saying.
Yeah,
that sense of community is so important, especially when you talked about how we're so focused, on our screens now and not as aware of, I think, our surroundings. It's such a blessing. I think the digital age, the biggest gift is information.
Yeah. And connecting with just
Absolutely.
really awesome people.
Yeah. I think different souls, and I'm sure you can speak on this more, different souls inspire more art,
Dude, yes. I feel like I'm really good at isolating and being alone and working on my own projects. And there's a point where like you really just like squeeze everything out of your brain, and that's when you really need to go out and start interacting with people, see what other people are doing.
Absolutely.
But that moment of isolation or just like introspective whatever, that's part of the process too.
Absolutely.
Like being alone.
Yeah.
And I feel like too much of external artists can be a little bit dangerous because artists have such like strong opinions.
They do,
like they love what they do.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of important. I feel like at first, go out there, talk to as many people as you can, get like all that as soaked as you can possibly can, be a sponge. But then you really need that alone time, and then you can kind of reintegrate into society.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny you say that. It's real. That is real.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no like really like timeline or schedule for you as an artist to like do this stuff. It just kind of naturally happens. You you learn a lot of stuff, and you just figure out that it's time for you to start producing and
Yeah.
making, and you got to sit down and edit that video and
Dude,
bring out the sketchbook
absolutely.
or whatever it is that you're doing. And that's when you see everybody doing that, that's when you kind of go back and you're like, oh, like I can do it. Like I've seen everybody do it. It's possible. Like I'm going to show them now what I can do. And it's the healthiest competition ever.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think having your own self-identity is something where you need to spend time with yourself. Even not even just art necessarily, personality-wise. That goes back to what I was saying about formulating your own opinion on
your
things.
voice. Yeah, how you see everything.
Yeah. I think people are scared of silence.
Dude, a quote that I heard from Werner Herzog the other day was like, you learn a lot from walking.
Yeah.
Just like you walking, dude. Just
absolutely.
Hitting the road, or just, just you and going out there and doing something. You learn a lot just being by yourself.
Absolutely.
And you have to figure stuff out when it's just you. So I think that's kind of the journey. It's more about you kind of get some help at first. Everybody needs some help. But then you kind of start like, all right, now I need to figure it out.
and it loops back into what we were talking about at the very beginning. I'm sure this time for you, although you have family here, this time for you has probably been a little bit more isolating, would you say?
A little bit, yeah.
How has that been, talking about reflecting? Have you had a lot of good time to reflect?
I feel like that's exactly what I needed. I needed time to kind of focus on my own projects. Like discovering film, discovering like comic books. These are things that I kind of knew I always liked, but now I kind of really dove into them. And I now I can like confidently say that like I really do enjoy doing those things. It's not kind of like a hobby that I just kind of did. It's more of like I have a real passion for this.
That's great.
Yeah, because like once you're truly bored, like you got nothing to do. You watched all the movies, you played all the video games, you did everything. That's when you're like, all right, what do I want to do?
Absolutely. That's a great point. That goes back to like silence. You have to force yourself to do something with your life, to chase that passion, to figure out a hobby. I think for me, I went last year, I went hard into cardio because I wanted to lose a bunch of weight. And so I used to play disc golf a lot, a lot off and on. But then last year I used it as a way of cardio. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get back into disc golf. What that provided was it helped me have a clear understanding of the world around me, I think, and then also creatively what I wanted to do. I'm a very spiritual person, and I thoroughly believe creation has such a unique reflection of God.
Dude, yes.
In a way that is so bizarre at the same time.
I agree.
And beautiful. See, like, for example, the trees are barren now, but like to see the leaves in the wind, hear the wind, to feel the wind, to see creation, it's such a humbling experience too at the same time.
And I feel like usually in those times where you're like really in the zone and like by yourself, like we're talking about it now because at some point we kind of have gone through it and we can like talk kind of more positively about it. But like once you're like when you're in there, it's hard.
It is,
and it's like it gets dark sometimes, and like you really are like, why am I putting all this effort into some of this stuff? And you start questioning, and that's really where that faith really starts to like pull you through a lot of that stuff too. Because like when you're creating through God, it kind of sets all your like personal small thoughts aside and makes it more of like this it's definitely a meditation, like this prayer with you and God and whatever you're creating. And like besides creating life, just plain creation, that is like a miracle, dude. It's just amazing that stuff is made every day.
You get an idea out of the ethers. And
Yeah.
you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, got it.
Dude, there's stuff that like I've seen and like that I've made too and like years later where I'm like, I don't even like remember that happening. Like, when did I like paint that? It's bizarre. Yeah. It's weird.
It is bizarre. I wanted to ask too, to anybody who's watching this, if they are a beginning artist or an artist that's kind of in a rut right now.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to take that step to make a change in your life, to disrupt your life in a way for the positive?
I feel like first you gotta, before you start taking care of art, which is more of an external thing, creating, you gotta focus more on the taking care of the more of the internal stuff, which is as easy as like just get your laundry done, organize your house, clean out your car. Those small things really just help you kind of get things in order. Then once you get all your personal affairs kind of good, start eating right and movement, going out there, working out a little bit, all these smaller things that are kind of more of a personal thing, that once you take care of that, I feel like externally things will naturally start happening. And even then you still got to work on stuff, but definitely that'll be like a great start, is to just focus on getting the little things.
Interesting.
I feel like it's usually we try to look at like changing all these big things in our life, and I think it's just starting with like make your bed.
That's great though. That's
great.
That's great.
Once you get all that stuff, like, because it's lingering in your head, it's just little stuff that's just kind of
helps with clarity.
And then once that's done, you start like, oh, now I can work. I have my work desk now. I can actually see it.
That's so true. Because I think that those things like making up your bed, doing your laundry, getting a task done that seems menial. I think naturally, and I feel like in my brain, that creates a lot more stress, those menial tasks. Because then you think about, man, I have to go unload the dishwasher and I have to do this and I have to do that. And it's hanging around, looming over you. You got to go take out the trash, but I want to play a game. But even like something as simple as playing a game, like get that stuff done first. And then you'll have so much more of a clear focus on whatever you're going to do. It's a great point.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes you just kind of need somebody to get you out of your funk too.
True.
Like, So it's support systems are always great too. Dude, it's rough, but definitely everybody goes through it. It's
absolutely
the human experience.
But
dude, it's I feel like as long as you're just working at it, don't get stuck. Just work at it.
That's a good point.
Don't
get stuck. Because there's always something over that hump, usually.
Dude, sometimes it's hard to see it because you're going through it, but definitely gotta just repeat that and know that there is something over it.
Absolutely. And that's also, I say that for me too, all the time. Starting a business, for example, and leaving one job and kind of focusing on this has put a lot of stress on me lately. And the idea of, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to sign this, I have to reach out to this guy. I'm sure my life's gonna always be that hectic just because that's the business of it. But at the same time, I'm grateful to know that there are points in life where there's resting points. And to look forward to that. Like, for example, that it's warm outside now here in Tennessee.
Dude, it's a beautiful day
today. It's beautiful. But just that little walking outside, not have to worry about the cold. And then being excited about it being warm when it's cold. You know, that just like that that satisfaction of the warmth. It's a good reminder for me too, just to be able to keep going. I think I'm a very focused, in some aspects, person, but yeah, those humps can be ridiculous sometimes.
And resets can also be pauses.
Yeah.
And you know, you can always take a break and jump back in. Yeah, dude, it's interesting once you like really start to understand like your mental health with making stuff. Yeah, I think it's good to know kind of like what your limits are. How much fun versus how much stress something is.
True.
And dude, hopefully, yeah, this is something like that we can keep doing forever, because I feel like if it does get crazy at some point, you know, you can always take a break.
Absolutely.
You know, and focus on something else and keep exploring, and you can always jump back into it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say unless you're the president of the United States or the head of a company, major billion-dollar company, it's okay to take a break.
Yeah. Everybody's got to take a break.
I guess even the president and all of them.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's got to take like a little time to just look at stuff from a different point of view.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you talked about it again. You talked about the idea of being alone too.
Yeah.
And having some time just to yourself to sit and think. It's beautiful. It really is. So,
definitely, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it. This was fun.
Dude, it's always great to be on here. And I hope to do this in a near future.
Absolutely. Hey, I need to come to Panama. That's what I need to do.
Dude, you need to come down there. I need to show you around. The art scene down there is like blowing up. There's some really cool people making amazing stuff.
I'd love to just take it in. I really would. And,
yeah, man.
Yeah, and as I'm getting older, I recently was like, I don't need to go anywhere. I'll just work. That was so dumb of me to think about that.
Dude, there's a lot of time still. We got time.
Absolutely. No, but I'm appreciative of that and appreciative of you. And I wish you all the best going down there.
Dude, you too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've seen the way that other people light up around you, and I've seen your ability to connect with people on a level that is I talked about this to my mom about what she does too. Your ability to focus in on somebody and acknowledge them, that's a very rare thing.
Dude, thank you.
And I'm very appreciative of you, and I think seeing your interactions has taught me a little bit too, in how to interact with somebody who's a creative too.
Dude, I've learned a lot in Tennessee, like meeting people like you, people at work too. Just if you put yourself out there and you want to learn and interact with people, dude, it's you get it back, you know. It comes back to you. So dude, I've learned a lot being here. I love Tennessee. I love everybody here, and dude, I really enjoyed talking to you too.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully, looking forward to more soon. So
yeah, dude, definitely.
I'll be keeping an eye out, and I'm excited. I want to see a feature film from you too. I would love to see that. That
is definitely gonna happen.
It's gotta happen. I remember you talking about on the last one.
Man. Yeah, I got all these new tools, so I'm excited to go back.
You got a cool new light.
Get to work on all these stuff, all these projects. Convos with Aaron. Subscribe.
That's right.
Definitely
subscribe. Also subscribe to Studio Tatz, right?
Studio Tatz, yeah. Yes. And I think we can do like a collaborative.
We can do a collaborative. That would be fun.
YouTube community is the best. Honestly, guys, get on it. Convos with it. Subscribe. I'm telling you guys.
Subscribe to Studio Tatz. Follow Gabe down below.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll shoot the link over.
That's right. And you have to follow him to see the crazy documentation. You do a fantastic job doing documentation.
Dude, thank you. So, we're going to get the videos back from the hard drive. we'll start editing those. We'll start posting a lot more.
You're going to have a library of content.
Dude, hopefully, yeah. I'm excited, dude. There's definitely like so much stuff happening. I'm like, just ready to go off and shoot everything.
I'm glad. I can see the excitement. I'm glad. I'm glad, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you're gonna get back to it. So,
dude, I saw you got a drone too.
Yeah, I got a drone.
How's that?
A drone. It's fun. It's a little nerve wracking.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting my professional license.
Ooh,
So I have a
yeah.
recreational license.
Mhm.
It means I really can't technically charge money for it.
Yeah.
But it's been fun just shooting a little video. I did that. I think that you saw the
Yeah.
all that stuff. That's been fun because it kind of unlocks a 3D dimension to the space around me, I guess. So
Yeah.
I can now, for example, I shot a video where I can like have a guy talking and zoom into him while he's talking at a speed that's safe, but also adds a different element to
Yeah,
the video.
it's a bit more stable.
It's a bit more stable.
Yeah.
It kind of adds more production level feeling to it. Well, thank you, Gabe, like I said, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And best of luck. You can find all of you can definitely find it, but you can find all of his information down below. Make sure to follow him. Thank you and goodbye.
See you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.